Hello, this is Vaishali, and I'm reading from the book Substance of Homeopathy, book written by Dr. Rajan Sankaran, chapter number 25, illustrative cases, case number 2. This is the case of the brother of first case, which I have already read in previous lecture. The case 2. Her brother, 10-year-old, with a complaint of recurrent cold, cough, passes stools every time he eats something. He is very affectionate, sensitive yet obstinate, and he is badly affected by the fight between parents. While at school, he is constantly worried that his father might be beating his mother, and he is intelligent but take a long time to grasp anything, and he can be very destructive. When angry, would smash his toys, and his mother says his nature is like that of his father, and father's nature she described as is violent and hot-headed. He beats her and is scared of losing her, and she had thought of leaving him but did not, and he is very attached to his parents, and he is very possessive about her suspiciousness that she may leave him. And the boy has a dream of having a magic wand, and he craves meat, chicken, fish, and fruits. Analysis of this case is what the boy takes after the father. He is violent and destructive. The girl is like a mother. And the boy fear his father would beat his mother, and delusion that he is persecuted. He is sensitive to persecution, and this is expressed as anger and the fright. And the father is possessive and suspicious of his wife, means he was jealous and he would beat her up. Jealousy with rage and striking, fear of being betrayed, and this indicate the hyosamas. The father state must be intensified once they got married with the hyosamas. They got married since hyosamas has a delusion of wife is faithless, and whereas the mother's state was clinging desire for the company must have diminished in intensity after medicine. Subsequently, the violence of the father stimulated an intense state of staminum state in the mother, and so she saw herself as alone, hopeless, and in a danger. So the second child was born with an intense state of stamina. Now, case number 3. Mr. Anne, 26-year-old, teacher of the music and drama in the school, he came with a complaint of chronic cold, allergy to certain substance, drowsiness after lunch with a heaviness of the head, palpitation aggravated by lying down and aggravated by hot bath. He was always interested in music, learned to play the piano at the age of 7. He liked to write, means doing freelance for the newspaper and magazines. He is difficult in mixing with the people of his own age but get along very well with the children. He also worked in the child ward and play therapy. He preferred the company of the children as he has a strong desire for approval, which he gets more easily from the children. He is aggravated by the contradiction. I hate to be corrected. I want to be praised. I want to want to perform at a very good level, and my work has always been appreciated. However, he does not even perform in public. I am unable to perform. I hate to be seen in the public, and feel very self-conscious. I would never do anything unconventional, not even wearing a bright colors cloth. My dad is like me, prefer to me in the background, and I want to be known but not seen. About his temper, he say, I am very irritable. If someone was late in meeting me, I would get angry and walk away. Always, and also, if a person doesn't return and borrow any article, I would confront him very angrily. And I remember things done to me years back quite vividly and write angry letters. He gave an example of his temper. One day, in the absence, some staff member broke his locker in the school as they needed something from the locker very urgently. When he came to know about it next day, he was so wild with anger that he almost broke the main locker in the school office and was restrained with much difficulty. His father had a similar temper. He hated to be misjudged in any way. Now, talking about his fear, he says, since childhood, I have always had a terrible fear of dying. He gave an example of once he slipped while descending a staircase and tumbled down. He was so frightened that he started shouting, I'm dead, I'm a dead, I'm a dead. Everybody is in the house gathered around him as he lay on the ground with the eyes screwed shut, shouting, I am dead, I am dead. When he opened his eye, he saw everybody laughing at him. He is afraid of crowd. I hate to be in a crowd. I can't bear to be in the crowded church or any rally. Feel better on leaving the crowd. He hates to be stuck in the traffic. Once he left a taxi, caught in the traffic, and took a train. He's unnerved if a dog follow him, and slight pain worries him a lot. A slight pain in the jaw, and he thinks it is a lockjaw. The least headache makes him fear of a brain tumor. Aches cause vomiting and diarrhea. And dreams are, as a child, dream of a hand in my bed near my feet, and I woke up screaming with a fear. Analysis of this case is what? Here, though at first sight the case seems like that of the chronic situation, we notice that the reactions are very acute, as if reacting to an acute threat. The childhood dream of the hand, fear of dog, the acute fear when exposed to public, the panic when he is stuck in the traffic, and panic on falling down to the stair. This shows us that the case fall in the acute miasm. To come to the remedy, we have to consider his main feeling of. The main feeling is as if he has suffered a wrong. For example, the he break the locker. Someone broke her locker and broke his locker. Sorry, delusion, wrong fancy he had suffered. The other reactions when dog follow him is unnerved, gives us delusion about to receive injury. If these two rubrics are combined, we get the medicine Alzheimer's. This is confirmed by the dream of the hand which frightened him so much. Alzheimer's is given under the delusion see hands bound with the chain. The patient improved radically with the Alzheimer's, the allergy, cold, palpitation, and nerve excitability rapidly yielding to the treatment. It is interesting to note that though the patients never appear in public, we cannot consider it to be a psychotic feature and take the rubric timidity appear in public. His reaction was such an intense terror that he would nearly shrink and have to be dragged on to the stage. It is very acute feeling as if of a threat. He is not concerned about hiding some weakness, just want to save himself from the public. Hence, we have to choose acute rubric rather than the timidity appear in public. This is an important aspect on which I would like to stress very much. The rubric selection must reflect the intensity and nature of the state. Now, case number 4, Mr. J.M. bought by her son, son is homeopath, with a complaint of post herpetic neuralgia, median nerve paralysis, hypertension, and diabetes. She had been on steroid for the neuralgia without much relief. She became very restless with the pain at night, keeps moving about, weeps with the pain, wants to put her hand into the cold water. There is a sensation as if now are touching the hand. She has been to 12 and 13 doctors in the 2 months, and her son described her general mental state. She cries a lot when he goes for his job in the hospital and does not allow him to go. Weeps a lot when he cannot come home, and weeps when angry. Obstinate, gets things done by weeping. She has weeping so much with the pain that everyone at the home get tense and decide to take her to the hospital. She became calm immediately and started packing things as if going for a picnic, and she seems quite happy. All along, as the son was narrating the case, she kept interrupting with him. Why is the pain not going? I want immediate relief. She was crying, restless, and constantly complaining of the pain. She says, "My pain is not hysterical." She is the president of the Lions Club and is very bold. And she comes from the rich family, but her in-laws are not very rich. She constantly complains and criticizes her in-laws in their absence, but is very nice to them. She likes to go out, make friends, dine out in the hotel, etc. Feels very lonely when children are not at home, but never bothered or scared if they come home late. She loves consolations. Her pain increases when her son comes home. She keeps asking, "Why am I getting thin? Why is this happening to me?" And says, "You people are useless. You can't do anything for me. You doctors don't know anything." And if you shouted at, she whips. She criticizes a lot. Now, childhood. Mother died when the patient, about the childhood history, mother died when the patient was 3 year old and father died when she was a 12. And she was brought up by her elder brother and sister. Sometimes she says she has not received enough parental love. She constantly complaining that she has suffered this or that. Others are treated better than her, etc. She gets wild at time and you can smell hatred on the occasion. Analysis of this case is what we see: a strong cry for the relief and attention, a demand for instantaneous relief from the pain. It is as if the pain is a threat from the which she has to be rescued as quickly as possible. This looks acute, but on the other hand, she feels neglected and make an attempt to get attention by the effort and demands. This looks sorry. The whole situation is like that of the child whose parents don't give him attention, without which he cannot live. Therefore, she screams for attention when she feels her need have to be attended to immediately. And on the other hand, even when there are no immediate needs, she makes a constant effort to attract attention. In this case, even a president of the Lions Club, she shout attentions which was not absolutely essential. On the other hand, she felt threatened and when left alone, especially by her children, and would intensify her effort. This is the subacute situation. The main feeling can be summarized as carried desire to be, reproach others, beside oneself, complaining, impassion from the pain, restlessness relieved by being carried about, shrinking with the pain. Weeping child is quiet only when carried about, and the remedy was given chamomilla, which is the important drug of the subacute miasm. Her behavior was childish, and hence the above rubric was chosen. Though she is not a child, she improved well. Her attitude changed gradually, and there was a complete relief from the pain. Even her blood sugar level came down.